Hey Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm good, Nick. How are you?
I am hunkered down back in the Taylor family bunker again. You can see I haven't redecorated. Same stuff every time. We're hanging in there. We're doing pretty well. The kids want to go outside constantly, which is good. I like that, getting me outside and exercise. How about you? You staying inside?
Staying inside. It's a beautiful day outside, though. I had to close my door.
Did your cat just try to jump
Cat is
outside?
crazy. Yeah, now he's chewing on my water bottle.
Someday we're gonna interview your cat and see how that goes. Okay.
You know, he'll probably give you some good answers. He'll talk back for sure.
So this is our second episode. We're getting ready. First episode, I thought it was pretty good. You liked it, right?
It was pretty good, yeah.
Okay. I absolutely took your advice for my next irreverent question of the day. And I'm gonna try really hard not to call you Carol Baskin this entire episode, okay? Is that all right?
You can try, but you probably won't succeed.
Well, that's an inside joke for those of you who watched the first episode. So today I want to talk all about students helping students. I have a couple people lined up for us to ask questions of. So thinking back to your illustrious SVSU career, all 3 years of it, can you give me some examples of how students have helped you along the way?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely at orientation, they helped me decide my major for one, and I love it, so I'm thankful for that. Valley Vanguard, we all kind of have to help each other out with like picking stories, all that fun stuff. And then in my department, since it's so small, we do a lot of group projects, so we have to help each other out a lot with working together, getting things done, making sure we're getting our assignments done, all that good stuff.
So some of the people who are watching might not understand. You mentioned the Valley Vanguard in the middle. Tell us, what is that?
So the Valley Vanguard is our school newspaper, and we give all the gossip for the week for all the students and faculty. It's available online and print. Yeah, we write some really good stories. Pretty interesting.
I'm interested to hear the gossip, but we'll save that for another episode
too. There's too much to discuss.
I'm gonna try to work on getting Indigo here in a second. So our first student is Indigo Dudley, and we're gonna talk to her a little bit. She is really active on campus. So give me just a second. You ready?
Yep.
Hey Amanda. So look who I got. She's here.
Hey Indigo.
She made it. I'm gonna pull her up and see. Hi Indigo, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are y'all?
Hey, I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you for asking.
Surviving.
I feel it.
She's okay. We talked about it earlier. She's hanging in there. She's making it work. So, well, welcome. I would say welcome to my humble Taylor bunker. I'm in the basement.
I like pictures back there. They're nice.
I'll tell you stories later. My wife and I like to go to a lot of concerts, and these are all different concerts that we've been to. So
okay. I see the Beatles back there. Cool.
Well, I'm not that old. Okay, I didn't get to see them live, right? But I have heard you sing a couple of times, so.
I do a little singing here and there.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm sorry. We just jumped in and started joking around, but could you introduce yourself? I want to know a couple things, okay? I want to know what you're studying, where you're originally from, and then could you tell us a little bit about your involvement on campus and how we're doing a whole episode today about how students are helping other students. So I know you've got some pretty cool jobs on campus, but could you kind of give us the Indigo story?
Okay, so my name is Indigo. I am 22. Yeah, I'm 22. I'm a fifth year, born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm a music major, and I double minor in musical theater and Black studies. And what do? I am the 2019-2020 president of Organization of Black Unity. And so that's a Black student government on campus. And then my jobs, I am a senior orientation leader. And then I also am a program coordinator for the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs.
Awesome.
That's me.
I gotta give you one plug too. For some of you students out there, when you come and take a tour, Indigo's one of our Club Red tour guides.
Yes, sorry. That is me.
Best tour guide ever. Don't tell my next guest, okay? I said that. We'll just leave him out of that. So can you tell us, so like we said, today's podcast is all about students helping students. Can you give me a little sense? You mentioned 2 jobs in there that I think directly affect student success. Mm-hmm. Talk to me a little bit about what you do as an orientation leader through the SOAR program, and how you help students in that program, and then also through multicultural service. What does programming even mean? So.
All right. So start with orientation, and for best job, I love that job. So basically what we do is so incoming freshmen have to sign up for an orientation, and what that is we help you create your first schedule for the upcoming school year, and then we also get you a little bit more acclimated to campus. So you probably had your tour. This is more in depth, like you're meeting certain directors, you're meeting people or resources that are going to help you once you get to campus, and then you're meeting like your classmen or your peers that you're coming in with as well, and we just play games and make sure that you're comfortable. If you have any other questions that like faculty or staff can't answer, you want a real college student to answer, we answer them for you within reason, but like we answer them for you. So that's a little bit of what orientation does. And then the Office of Multicultural, we're basically a programming office. So what my director, his name is Dr. Roberto Garcia, he likes to call it the Black and Brown office. So basically people who of African American, Hispanic, Latinx descent, and then we're also adding in the Pride Center in there just because that is another multicultural. That's a home office for all of those students. And then also for students who don't necessarily know that much about different cultures and would like to know more. We spearhead all the national months. So Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Pride Month. We program events based around those months. And then we also do cultural competency trainings, which are basically trainings to help you get more comfortable in asking those tough questions that you have with people of different backgrounds and different cultures. So that's what I do. Well, not just me, I have a whole team that I'm with, but yeah, no, it's pretty fun in both offices though.
Can I tell you what my favorite program that your office puts on? You know what I'm going to say, right?
I'm not sure.
I never miss A Taste of Soul ever.
Oh my gosh.
It's my favorite.
Yes. Diversity programs actually helps with that, put it on. But we just add it to the calendar so people don't forget about it. But
yeah.
Yes, love Taste of Soul.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Indigo, I have a question for you. Since you're so involved on campus, I just want to know how you fit things into your schedule. Like with work, how do you fit that in your schedule? How do you work school, breaks, all that kind of stuff?
Good question.
I'm sure a lot of people wonder that, how college students stay awake,
Sometimes I wonder that. I'm gonna be completely honest. But my calendar is my Bible. So if it's not in my calendar, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. But it's been really important for me over these past couple of years to keep my calendar, making sure. Some people say they'll have it in their head, they'll make a mental check of it. No, put that boy in the calendar. Put it in the calendar, get it done. But yeah, that's how I get things done. And then also self-discipline, because I'll have times in there where it's okay, you need to do your homework, but Netflix seems so appealing at that point.
I know, right? I've been binging Breaking Bad the past week.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you. It's been really hard just to micromanage and keep myself on that track for especially like now being at home for schooling and whatnot. But yeah, keeping a calendar and staying mentally focused is how I've survived.
Hold on, I need to close my door real quick. My cat's about to eat a squirrel.
No.
Okay.
That's awesome. Glad he didn't get the squirrel. That's good.
Yeah, the squirrel came right up.
Now, no. So this is a total callback from the first podcast we did. Now you know why I call Amanda my Carol Baskin.
Oh my God.
See, I went there. I know.
Oh
Hey,
God.
well, I have to go. Thank you for taking the time and fitting us in your calendar. I appreciate it. Awesome. Well, you have stay safe out there and wash your hands, okay?
Yes. You guys have a great day.
You too. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. So Indigo is fun, right? And I'm glad your squirrel cat situation has been resolved.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't want to pay for a new screen door.
That's awesome. You see who we got down over here? You see this right there?
What's up, Tyler?
Hello.
Pull you up there so people can see. There you go. So Tyler, welcome to the Card Talk, the video podcast for incoming students. I know. Is this your first ever? Is this your first ever?
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So will you? Couple things first to let people know who you are and what you're doing. Can you tell us your major, where you're originally from, and then some of the things that you're involved with here at SVSU?
Yeah, so my name's Tyler. I'm a third-year exercise science major. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I'm not crazy. I knew what winters were like prior to moving up here. I discovered SVSU through my parents. I'm a legacy student, but both my parents graduated from SVSU. So I had like red pride flowing through my veins before I even realized it. So it was really cool to transition up here. I love the university. I'm currently involved in what seems countless groups and organizations. Sometimes I forget how much I'm involved. I'm currently the president of a social fraternity on campus, Phi Kappa Tau. I'm involved in Forever Red, creating a legacy of Red Pride, pre-physical therapy, and I'm also a tour guide for Club Red, which led me to my current position as a peer advisor in academic advising.
Very cool. I didn't know that you were the current president of your fraternity. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was a president of my fraternity when I was in school, and it is maybe you can help me here. I've been telling everybody I've met since that experience, it's not like the movies, right?
No, complete opposite.
Yeah, it was a great experience. We'll have to talk about that. I might have you back for a social Greek podcast later on. Okay.
All right, that sounds fun.
Well, today Amanda and I are talking about students helping students, how we get current students involved and working with other students to get them in. We thought of you right away as a peer advisor. Could you tell us a little bit what a peer advisor does on a day-to-day? How do they help students?
So we help students just starting like at orientation. We help with class registration, picking, their majors. We help with, just day-to-day how they can plan their degree, plan their semester. And we do this through creating like 2 to 4 year plans so that each semester they can kind of have an idea of what they can take. So we do everything from picking individual classes to, scheduling how many credits a semester that they're interested in taking.
Very cool.
And I have a question for you also. I want to know how you handle like helping students with undecided majors, because like how do you really like figure out classes to take if you don't know exactly what you want to study?
So that's a great question, just because I know when I came to SVSU, I was undecided myself. So it was really helpful. So when I sat down and I met with academic advising, one of the first things we did was we sat down and talked about Focus. It's a program that SVSU has where we can sit down and we can have the students take their test. and they can go through, I compare it to a BuzzFeed personality test, just because it goes through, it sees what your interests are, what your skills are, what you've done, what you've taken in high school, everything like that. So it was really cool. Yeah.
I just want to interject. I put up on the screen for the people who are watching at home. This is the academic advisement we advise page, and I want to show this is the focus that you're talking about right here, right? Yep. Awesome. Mm-hmm. So if they're a admitted student, they can get access to the focus program through the We Advise website, right?
Yep. As soon as they're given their SVSU username and password, they can log right in and take their focus test right from their own home online. So it's really cool that they have access to that. Even after taking the focus test, they're still undecided. Like one of the things that we do is like come orientation, when we help schedule classes, is we'll sit down and we'll give them a selection of different gen ed classes so that they can take a class here and there and decide, all right, I took, maybe this economics or business class, and, it said business was one of the areas on the focus test that could be good for me. And that's, how we start them down that path, is whatever they feel comfortable and whatever they like the most is what we can help them achieve in picking their major. So I took the focus test. It said I found somewhere in the medical healthcare field. Originally started as nursing. After, taking some of the classes and then talking to faculty about it, I was like, nursing really isn't my thing, which led me to my current major, which I love, is exercise science. So it's a little bit of trial and error, but we help set you on the right path so that you can find that right degree.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know they had that actually. Because I remember at my orientation, I told them I like to write, so they're like, okay, professional writing.
Yep, no, there's a lot of different majors to choose from. So we try to not pick the major for them, but help them find the major for themselves by picking them and putting them in these different classes so that they can find what they like to do.
That's cool.
Tyler, how did you get interested in, I have to say, going from an exercise science major to helping advise students is, not a big leap because you're still helping people, right? But how did you get interested in peer advising? And I have to imagine being an upperclassman and helping students schedule and do all those things. Could you give us just a little background on the amount of training that you have to go through?
So there is a little bit of training or a learning curve you got to get used to. For me, it wasn't really a big adjustment just because I love to help people. That's, what I'm making my career out of, is helping people. So when I originally started as an orientation leader, that's how I got introduced to peer advising. I was able to help people talk, communicate, and then that led to peer advising, where I went from helping introduce students to campus to introducing students to their major and their career. So it was a slight transition, just learning how to use all the programs and everything, and then going in more in detail about learning each individual program on campus. I thought I knew or had a good understanding of all the programs on campus. And then when I started my training process, I'm like, holy crap, there's a whole bunch more I didn't know behind the scenes. So in transition, there wasn't a huge learning curve. The more my training specialized in, what I had to know to help students get into these programs or just complete their major.
Awesome. I have to let you know. Ready? Indigo said that she was a much better tour guide than you. So what kind of retort can you give? Don't tell him, Amanda. What kind of retort can you give to that? How are you the best tour guide available?
I'm the best tour guide available because just overall, I give the best tours in the world, period. I don't know. She may give the best tours in the world, but I give the best tours in the world, period. And if you've been to the admissions office, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, hey, Amanda, I think we're all set, Tyler. We appreciate you taking some time out and coming in and speaking with the both of us.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
All right. Take care, my friend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands.
I will.
All right.
All right, you guys take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
Awesome. So I got to give the backstory. Now that Tyler's not here, every time we do an on-campus tour, one of our admissions reps, and he's very passionate about the Club Red Tour program. And those guys, all of the people in the Club Red Tour program are very passionate about SVSU, and they always talk about they're going to give the best tour in the world, period. And they all say that. And at first I'm like, okay, what's going on, right? But now it's kind of cool to watch because they all really believe it, and they do, and I think they are the best tour in the world, period. So, hey, before we get going on our last segment, I forgot, I want to make sure I give a real big shout out to Courtney Fraser, one of my students up in the Upper Peninsula. Hi, Courtney. She absolutely was asking questions on our YouTube page, and it was really good that she had a question about her laptop and what to do. So if you folks out there want to know what her question is and see the answer, you can go to the first episode on YouTube and see. And also, let me give a plug for anybody out there. If you have any questions, anything you want Amanda to research for me, please leave it in the comment section, either of the YouTube page or on our SVSU admissions Facebook post. We will look that up. We'll answer you right there. If you have ideas, things you want us to talk about, we'll do that as well. But leave us some comments. Does that sound good, Amanda? You think you can?
Yep, we love comments.
Good comments. People are generally nice to you and I, so I appreciate that. Okay, are you ready for Nick's irreverent question of the day?
I'm ready.
So the last time and we referenced it twice already today about me calling you Carol Baskin. If anybody is wondering why I keep calling her that, last episode, Amanda made me go and watch Tiger King on Netflix, and I don't know that I'm ever going to be the same, quite frankly. So I blame you.
I'm sure everybody's watched it by now.
I don't know. Yeah, and my wife, she really is like, she told you to watch what? So so we got a couple episodes in, and I'm worried. But now I got to shift focus because I don't trust your TV judgment anymore with that one. So, but I'm working here in the Taylor family bunker, man cave, and you can tell I've got my concert posters and things all around. I'm kind of a music guy. So give me a good artist, just an artist, not an album, because I'll listen to the whole thing. A good artist you think that I should throw on the Spotify playlist in my headphones as I'm working down here in the Taylor family bunker? What's a good one that you think I should listen to?
Let me pull up my phone real quick. It's been a minute.
You spend all your time researching podcasts, don't you? That was going to be my other question. That'll be like next week or something. So
actually, Childish Gambino, he just dropped a new album, and it's pretty techno, but I think techno is kind of coming back. It's like minimalist techno with like a little bit of like pop. And at first I was kind of like, ugh, but now I'm kind of like, okay, it's okay.
It grew on you. Okay.
It grew on me.
First of all, I understand that I am really old, and I thank you for trusting me with something new. I appreciate that.
Okay, then let me give you something old then.
What I'm saying is, I know I'm impressed with myself because I've already listened to a lot of Childish Gambino. I even know that Donald Glover, the actor, and he was on a TV show. I never watched the TV show Community, but I know
Atlanta. Oh,
in Atlanta too, right?
I love that show.
I was just gonna like give myself some props for being an old guy and knowing that one, but I haven't heard the new album, so I'll listen to that one.
But if you want to listen to some older stuff, I'm a pretty big Pink Floyd fan, or The Doors. Like, that's my kind of stuff. I actually went to a Pink Floyd concert a couple summers ago, and it was by far the best concert I've ever been to. And I saw Lady Gaga twice, so. And if anybody who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Lady Gaga. I've always been obsessed.
I was going to call you a hippie, but that's not very hippie-ish. So, right. Cool. Well, all right. I think we have extended our time. It was good seeing you again.
It was good to see you too.
I've got some announcements on the next episode. We've lined up one of you and my personal, both of our favorite professors. So we're going to get some professor talk and talk a little bit about the student experience from the professor side. So I think that's going to be great. I'm
excited for that, really.
Awesome. Well, take care of yourself and go wash your hands.
Yep, you too.
Take care.
Yeah.